Hope everything is well. My name is Miss Ksyn, and I'm going to be your runway coach for this particular season of the Bridge program. So we're going to be going over lots and lots of stuff. We're going to be going over how to pose, what to do with your hands, how to stand, how to walk, and finding your specialty walk while covering all of the basics, which would be side stances, T stances, 3-point turns, and full turns. So, just want to introduce myself so you ladies can get familiar and also familiarize you with a few things that I would like you guys to know before you come in. Okay, the first thing that we're going to go over is how to T-stance. Now, there are many different variations to a T-stance, but the one that I'm familiar with and I do the most is a 10 and 2. So, my back foot, which for right now will be my left leg, will be at a 10 o'clock. So if you think of a clock, think 10 o'clock. My right foot, on the other hand, will then be at a 2 o'clock. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over a half turn. A lot of people have different names for it, but I call it a half turn because you're literally going from front to half and back. The next thing we're going to go through is what I call the step out. It's basically that moment when you get to the end of the runway, you step into this left hip, you switch to the right hip, and you step out. The next thing I want to go over is basically hand placement. Sometimes we get a little confused and we can be on the runway or even at a photo shoot and you just really don't know where to place your arms or your hands. Only thing I say is be comfortable and try not to have your hands leave your body so much. It's sometimes this little subtle movements that actually work. So, I'm very much a Naomi person. Everything for me will go Naomi right from the beginning. But once you're here, you can always just move. And if it does leave your body, it leaves your body gracefully, as though it was normal movement. This is how you catch a lot of the in-action poses. You have to actually be in action. Next, I want to talk about the importance of posture. Now, the wrong posture can make anything look frumpy. You just look like, it works. So anytime you want to do something, you always want to make sure you're pulled up from here. And this is almost like an ab exercise, I call it. So basically, you just hold it in so that you just looked snatched. I guess that's the word I will always use. So get used to it, okay? And you always want to make sure that even in a pose here, your body is always working. My legs are straight and I'm fighting to keep them straight so that my shoe doesn't look like I'm going crazy. Okay? This is pulled up. My shoulders are pushed back and my chin is up. Importance of posture. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to get in the mirror, any mirror, and just practice on trying to make it look like you're breathing even though you're not breathing, okay? But just getting comfortable with your posture and what makes you look good and what poses and movements look good on you. And now, I just want to say how important it is for you guys to start wearing your heels more often. If you're not accustomed to wearing a heel, I wouldn't suggest necessarily jumping up to a stiletto heel. Let's start out with a stacked heel and let's work our way to a stiletto heel. So that by the end of my time with you, I'll have you rocking stilettos in no time. So they want me to teach you guys a little two-step move that you guys can do while you guys are doing your promotional stuff. The easiest thing to do without looking crazy is just a simple hip from side to side. So your legs can be together, they can be apart. I normally stick together so that every time I go from side to side, I'm showing curves. And this goes to any beat, any music. It can be rocker music, just hey, hey. It can be hip hop music. And it's literally just taking your hips from one side to the next side. From one side to the next side. And then you party, and you party, and you party. You double it up, single it up, and everything else. So, practice that because we're going to go over that too. Okay, for your next assignment, and for our first section, I want you guys to look through your favorite fashion magazine. It could be Elle, it could be Vogue, it could be Ebony, just your favorite magazine. And I want you guys to tear out the poses that you guys like. Go in the mirror, practice them just a little bit, so that when you guys come in and I go hit your first pose, you know what to do.